Now, aside from moving your tracks, um, repositioning them, slicing them, you see here I'm slicing that one and then moving my sound to create a bridge between this um, different files. So there's going to be sound underneath in those silent moments. And um, repositioning your tracks, you will see that if I move them up and down, you can actually move your tracks very, very easily. There's a number of operations that you can actually do within each one of the tracks, and I'm going to show you a few basic ones. Um, the first one is the fading in and the fading out. And you will see those little windows when you select the track. There's two little squares at the beginning and at the end. Those are um, your fades. And it's very easy to create a fade. You can actually just click on that window and then move it. And you will notice that there's a fade. And you can actually shape that fade however you like. Usually fades are straight lines, but you can actually create a concave or a convex um, fade, and you can make it last as much as you want. If you want to see a little bit better what you're doing, you can actually enhance your window by zooming in into this part of your editor, and you can actually make this timeline a little longer by just clicking this, like by just adjusting that window here like this, or simply by um, clicking in this little um, lens here at the bottom. So I was playing with the with the fade in. Usually you need a fade in and a fade out because when you're editing, when you export these tracks, um, if there's no fade in or fade out, those um, hard transitions between audio um, regions can actually create a clicking sound in your final mix. I'm gonna do one or two more fades in and fades out. The idea also is that you will be playing, right? You'll be playing this part, and you'll hear um, how this fades play out. Now I'm touching the volume in general. Like if you actually go to this yellow line, you'll notice that that is the volume. You can actually put different markers in that line just by clicking on them with the selection with the move tool, and then you can enhance the volume of certain part. Let's say let's see if I can do it on the go on the go here. So I'm gonna select that part, this other one, and this other one. I'm gonna increase the volume there, and you will see here below that when that part is passing, the volume has just increased a little bit. Okay. Let's see the entire interview with the sound. So here's my entire project. The music bed is a little short. So what I could also do, and I'm going to stop it here, do not tax, or pause it or stop it. Do not tax all the resources in my computer. I'm going to put the music bed at the beginning, um, add a quick fade in and a fade out. Let's see if I can see a little better where I'm at. Yes, I'm going to move the fades a little bit differently. I like them like this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that music bed and put it in a different part of my project. So I'm going to put it here too because I want to end with a little bit of music. So I'm going to do this I could copy. Oh, it's not selected for copy. I could do this. Command duplicate or Command C, and then with this time selection tool, I'm gonna place it, let's say, here. Command V, right? And I have that same section of my music bed with the same um, fades in and fades out. So I replicated exactly uh, the same, um, the same clip at the beginning and at the end. Finally, when you're done with your project, you've listened to it, you like the way it's laid out. You see everything is everything is kind of a smaller version here. You're gonna export your clip, and you're gonna go to File, Export, and it's gonna be a multi-track. Uh, mm, mm, Sorry, you're gonna export it as to upload it to SoundCloud. Um, so it's gonna be selected as MP3, 44 100 hertz. You're gonna rename it the name that you fancy. You can put it also um, in a different part of your hard drive. Um, and then when you click OK, um, Audition is going to open this window that will basically direct you to your personal SoundCloud account, right? I'm not going to put my email or password, but it will be basically transitioning directly from your computer to SoundCloud. Now, the other way that you can actually, well, of course, I mean, if you save this session, I recommend every time you start it, you save it, um, you will you will put this session somewhere in your hard drive. It will sometimes ask you where to put it, so you're going to find a place to put it. Audition test is in my desktop, as you see here. And replace it. Yeah, it's there. And if you want to export it in a different way, you can actually export the multi-track mixdown. You want the entire session and not just the selected clips. If I just did the selected clips, the only one selected is the music bed, but I want the entire session. And again, I can decide what format I use, if it's AIFF or MP2, MP3, waves. Usually MP3 is high enough quality for any podcast. So you're going to click OK. When you select where you want to put it, let's say I'm going to put it in my desktop, right? I'm going to put it here, just at that same level of every other file that I have on my desktop. I'll save it there. I click OK. And this is going to take a few seconds. The entire file is going to be a few megabytes, and that file you probably can keep either in your email or you could put it in a flash drive if you don't want to upload it right away. And now I wanted to show you that the entire file, Audition test, is right here on my desktop. Okay, this is the basic introduction to Audition, and is showing you the basic commands that you're going to be using to create your own podcast.